How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having an awesome day. We have a Pokemon Direct. A Pokemon Direct. Am I a little blurry? Let me know if I look a little blurry, and I will do something about that. I obviously don't want to be blurry. It won't matter as much once we get into the actual stream, because the actual direct stream is going to look like this. Like, hey, woo, that's the actual direct stream. But for now, we're in this because it's kind of like a little pre-show. Hope everyone is doing awesome. This is the very last video, as far as I'm aware. Something might change. But this is the last video, last stream happening at the studio before I take flight to E3. I literally leave later on this afternoon, actually more so around dinner time, to head off to Minnesota, where we have a park fly sleep reservation to park our car for the next 10 days and spend the night, and then we fly out early in the morning at 7 a.m., so we got to be at the airport at 4 a.m., so yeah, this is it. This is the final video that I can officially say is basically pre-E3 for me, because on the 6th, you'll have our first E3 2019 vlog, which will be featuring people such as 5J Gaming. Some of you guys might remember 5J. He will actually be in the vlog. And there'll be some gaming-related stuff in that vlog, and all that jazz. So, yeah, we'll make a whole trip of this with you guys, won't you? So, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. We're going to hear about 15 minutes. It says tune in for roughly 15 minutes of new information on Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. What are you guys expecting to find out today? Like, this is it. This is the E3 blowout for Pokemon, right? Like, this is it right here. I mean, we'll probably get some gameplay during the Nintendo Treehouse, and we'll probably have a demo of it to play at E3, so I'll get a chance to play the game. But what are you guys thinking on this Direct? Your hopes, your expectations, your fears, maybe? Maybe you're afraid. Shout out to people who are here, for starters. We have Stale Doritos who's here. Dark Samus. Dylan Croez. Tommy Kradzikos. Silver Dragon _ Golden Raichu _ D-Dub is here. Let's see here. Steve T is here. Koopa Slayer is here. Scrolling on down, we have OV Warriors here. Fool of a Took as well. Morrison 22. Oh, what do we got here? Trivial is here as well. Trucker is here. Computer Robots. You guys want more Pokemon in Smash? I'm kind of good on Pokemon in Smash, to be honest. I mean, here's the thing. There's like, 800 plus Pokemon? So you can always argue there should be more Pokemon in Smash because there's just so many damn Pokemon, right? But honestly, there should just be like a new version of Pokken Tournament, and they should just add more Pokemon to that, if I'm being frank. Obviously, we know Mario has an enormous amount of representation in the game. We know even the Zelda series is starting to get really up there with, I mean, God, how many different versions of Link are there in there now? 3, 4? Like, it's crazy. But I honestly think that there's probably enough for Pokemon. I mean, personal opinion aside, I guess personal opinion included, like, I think there's enough for Pokemon, but, what are you going to do? If that's what people want, that's fine. You're not going to hear about that in this Direct, though. This Direct's about Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Watch you while on your commute to work. Nice. Good morning to you, says Morrison22, and have a great flight. I hope to have a great flight. In fact, I should probably also be checking Twitch chat here. Let me just take a glance if we have anyone in Twitch chat talking. Uncle Shal is over there, and he says he's hoping to see a legendary. All right, we'll see. Maybe we will see a legendary. Thank you so much for tuning in over on Twitch. Let's see here. I'd rather have Pokken 2 with more characters. Maybe a new Mega Pokemon evolution, says Dylan Croez. A new Mega Pokemon. Like, what are you thinking of? Like, it's a brand new generation. Going to be new Pokemon. There's a supposed leak out there, by the way, of all the Pokemon that are in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I didn't report on it because I'm not sure on this. It's some sort of data dump, but I'm questioning the legitimacy of the data dump. That's why I didn't post about it on my channel, because supposedly every Pokemon that's in this game has been leaked. But it doesn't really. I also feel like when there's a whole bunch of new Pokemon, that just putting up like a bunch of names doesn't do you any justice. You need to see them. You need to know the types. You need to know, the evolution chains and all that. I don't think just having a list of, oh, here's all the Pokemon names. It's like, okay, well, it means nothing. You could literally just make up stuff and I wouldn't know, So I don't really like leaks like that for Pokemon unless it actually has details about the Pokemon. So for those that maybe know about that leak, I'm aware. It's just not something I think is worth discussing since it didn't contain any reliable information on the individual Pokemon. Silverdrake says, I love Pokemon though, and I would really like to see more attention from Nintendo. I'm expecting at least one pseudo-legendary in this stream. Maybe a shiny form. Ooh, a shiny form. You know what I was just reminded of too? I do not have any headphones set up for this. Well, we're going to have to do the old play the direct through my speakers and just hope there's no echo. I'll have to ask you guys if there's any echo coming through from my speakers. Usually, I can actually do it without putting headphones on, so it might be all right. The thing is, all my headphones and my equipment to like get it working, because I got to use like an extender cable and some other things, they're actually all packed up already for my trip. So that's why I don't have any headphones just like sitting at the ready right now. Heck, half of my equipment's gone. Like literally, I have this mic and then this camera, and the camera itself is already mostly packed up. Just the actual camera and lens is sitting here for this stream, and then after the stream, boop, 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 it gets all packed up. So if an extra video does come today, it'll just be me talking to this mic because some massive news broke. In fact, there's already a video I might want to make, but I don't know if I'm going to go through with it. I think, we might just do the Pokemon Direct today, and that might be it, and I'll spend the rest of the day with my family since I'm about to leave for a while. Let's see here. Double t-shirt hype. Yeah, I got on like an Under Armour shirt here, and then I got on my Nintendo Prime shirt on. What sucks about the Nintendo Prime shirt is like the text for Nintendo Prime isn't here, it's lower, so it's whatever. There's different Nintendo Prime shirts. I do have one that has text up there, but that one again is packed away. I am almost ready to get the heck out of here. No Neptune is here. John Erdahl is here as well. Welcome, guys. Dark Side says, I'm expecting at least one pseudo-legendary in the stream and maybe a shiny form. So, obviously, I expect to see a lot of people talking about Pokemon expectations, right? Like legendaries, shinies, new Pokemon, how many new Pokemon, all that stuff, evolutions. But I also look at it as, those are the things I care about the least. Let me explain. I don't care about finding out about the new Pokemon, right? Obviously, that feels weird to say in a new generation of Pokemon. How could you not care about the new Pokemon? I care in so much of how they're designed. But beyond that, I don't really have a care for the new Pokemon. I have a care for how this game works. I want to know the inner workings, the inner mechanics, a little bit about the story, just a little bit, just a tease. They don't need to tell me much about the story. Just a tease about the story, how all the different mechanics works, how this is the next generation of Pokemon, rather than just a repeat of all the prior generations, right? Like, that's what I want to know. What makes this the next gen? What is so special about Sword and Shield that truly makes it the step forward for Pokemon, that truly is worthy of a new generation? Or is it just more of the same of what we've been getting for years and years and years? So that is what I am more interested in than the types of Pokemon and stuff like that. Like, yeah, those are huge. That's a big deal, but I want to know, what is this game? I know we've seen a little bit of it, and we have a vague idea of it. But from what we have seen, outside of curved roads, a lot of it looks like stuff we've had before. So I'm kind of hoping that there is something about this that makes it a true generational leap for Pokemon. Rather than just, hey, look, it's a new gen because it takes place in a new territory, and that's it. Otherwise, it's just more Pokemon. right? But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up just being, hype as is. It'll probably be hype as is anyways, to be completely honest. Yeah, we got about 14 minutes till it starts here. Corey Bohm is here. Welcome, man. He says, tell Eric to drive safe so you can live stream the drive. We're not live streaming the drive. Not happening. I can tell you that right now. There's too many connection dips between here and Minnesota, so it won't happen. Like, there's literally parts of the ride where we have like less than we run on one bar and you don't have any internet. So there will be no live streams of the drive. There will be some vlogging of the drive. I mean, not the entirety of the drive, but like the very beginning, the packing up the luggage, saying bye to our hometown as we leave. And then probably as we begin to enter Minnesota, some footage of us going over the Mississippi River and all that stuff and entering Minnesota. So live stream the drive in LA. That probably won't happen either. Here's the thing about live streaming while you drive. It's an idiotic thing to do. Now, obviously, no one's suggesting the driver does the live stream, right? But the thing is LA is crazy. I don't know how many of you have driven in LA. It's nuts. Sometimes you need both people paying a hell of a lot of attention so you don't get in an accident. So I'd rather focus on not dying than focus on live streaming. How about we agree on that, huh? Well, I mean, what good's a live stream if I die? So let's just worry about getting to our destinations more so than worried about anything else. So yeah, dude, LA it's crazy. The traffic's crazy. The drivers are crazy. Like I thought Minnesota drivers were bad till I went to LA. Now Minnesota's tame. Like I could handle the Twin Cities, no problem. It's LA that's wow. I mean, they basically force you off the road to change lanes. It's just crazy. And you have to drive that way or you're never going to get to where you want to go. Let's see here. Have fun at E3. Yeah, there'll be probably a little bit of fun. Obviously, playing the games is fun. Waiting to play the games is not so much fun. But we do have like an appointment with Sega, which is great. So we shouldn't have to wait in line for most of Sega's stuff. So that's nice. Live streaming the drive. Will you be doing shots for donos? Just asking. Yes. Now, here's the deal. Let me grab it. I'm not driving today. That's the big thing, so that's why I don't mind it. But I'm only doing it until this is gone. When this is gone, there will be no more shots for donations and stuff because I don't want to get too sloshed. I still have a lot of stuff I got to get done today, but I do want to finish off this bottle. So when I get back from my trip, I'm getting new bottles up in here for streams. Otherwise, yeah, we're still, man, I can't believe I leave for E3 today, guys. I don't know if I'm more hyped for that or the Pokemon Direct. I mean, they're both pretty. I mean, obviously for you guys, Pokemon Direct's a way bigger deal. I mean, come on, E3 doesn't really start until Sunday for most of you because most of you don't care about EA. I guess if you care about all those Nintendo tournaments on Saturday, you could say E3 starts then. Let's see here. John Iredell says, I think it's just going to be more Pokemon for casual fans, but hardcore Pokemon people will probably love it. All right, we'll see. Nader Tots 1 says, I have decided to grace Nintendo Prime with my live viewings. Thank you for gracing me with your live viewings. I'd like to think you graced me with your presence, but I guess I'll take your live viewings instead. All right. But if you're John, if you were asking if I will do shots for any live streams in a car, no, that's illegal. But I'm not live streaming any driving anyway, so you have humbled me, my good sir. Please, Game Freak, don't screw it up. Yeah, man. I mean, this is probably a massively anticipated run, not just because it's Pokemon, but it's a new gen. Like, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee last year got a lot of views. But this is a new generation. This is going to be crazy. E3 starts today because of this in Stadia. Yeah, I basically consider this the kickoff to E3. That's one reason why I'm making sure I stream it. I will not be able to stream Google Stadia tomorrow because I will not be anywhere where I can stream it. I literally will be landing in LA when Google Stadia stream starts. So I will be watching it on my phone, but I won't be able to participate and partake in it. I will maybe do a post reaction though. Once we're at the hotel and settled in and the battle station set up, I might do a post reaction with Eric on some thoughts on what we saw with Google Stadia. But Google Stadia is at 9 a.m. Pacific. I know that because that's when we land. We actually land at like 9:11. I don't know. That's assuming there's no delays, of course. Which is fine if there are delays since we can't get into the hotel until, 2. But you land. It takes you about an hour to even get out of the airport. Hour and a half sometimes. And then you have to go get your rental car. And then probably we'll stop for lunch. And by the time we're all done with that, it'll probably be time to go check into the hotel anyways. Sometimes you can get into the hotel room early if it's already ready. AM. It's 9 a.m. Let's see here. Well, 11. It would be 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Right? No, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, right? Yeah, because Eastern's 3 hours ahead of Pacific. So, let's see here. You're just glad to look at this out of the way now. It is really a toss-up now what the big thing is for Nintendo's E3. I mean, is it? Animal Crossing is almost as big a deal as Pokemon, and it comes out way less often. Uncle Shale says, watching before work. Then you have to go into work today. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm kind of taking, after the stream, it's kind of a day off for me. As I said, there's one thing I might want to make a video on today, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do it. I think this stream might be it. I need to focus on finishing packing, finishing cleaning my office, and then going off to spending time with my kids and my fiance before things take flight. Good news for those that maybe missed the stream the other day. Wedding plans for me and my fiance are back on. So we are finally going to be walking down that aisle. I don't know when yet. We'll talk. Me and her will talk more about it once I'm back from E3. I don't know if we're getting married in the church yet or not. I know we're going to go talk to the priest for my church. I don't want to get super into religion and stuff, but my family's always wanted a church wedding, so we're at least going to go talk to the priest and just see what we think. But I think that's pretty exciting. That's probably the most exciting thing in my life right now. That kind of hit me out of nowhere because we've been engaged for a while, and it's been mostly waiting for her to kind of be ready, and she is ready now. So, what's up, Zumakito? Renat Safulin. So the world's longest engagement of like 7 years finally coming to a close. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be this year. I don't think we'll be able to get married till spring of 2020 because venues are usually booked up. But she didn't decide she was ready. She actually She actually didn't decide on stream that she was ready. She decided she actually decided days before that stream even happened. She just didn't tell me because I guess she was consulting friends and family and all that jazz before. She wanted to make sure that I didn't know about it until she was 100% sure that she was ready. She always told me she didn't want to tell me she was ready to tie the knot entirely until she's actually like she always knew she wanted to marry me. That's why she agreed to, when I asked her to marry me, she agreed to. But it was a question of, okay, when is she really ready to be like, yeah, that's it, you're it for the rest of my life kind of thing. And through all the ups and downs and the living together and the kids and something clicked for her. I know the exact details of how it clicked, but I'll talk about that more after we actually get married. And then maybe I'll go into details on what exactly clicked for her and when she realized that she loves me to the point that she's ready. But thank you, Jacqueline Fatisha, for the congratulations. That's also something that's just been on my mind all morning and all night. I've been like smiling ear to ear for days now. So thank you guys. This is going to be a strange question. Which is better? Valiant Hearts or Trivial Pursuit, baby? That's a weird comparison. Valiant Hearts or Trivial Pursuit? I don't know. They're completely different. You know what? Trivial Pursuit. Screw it. Trivial Pursuit all the way. We're now drinking together, bud. Thanks. As I said, it's just until this little bit's gone. I'm not getting sloshed right now. I have too much stuff I need to worry about and not forget and all that jazz. Hope everything will be great. Me too. Zubikito, thank you so much for all the love. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's okay. I just want to actually clear out that bottle, to be honest. I don't want to leave it here when I'm gone. And you can't take it with. So. Here we go, guys. 3 minutes. We are ETA 3 minutes away. Just so we don't miss anything, I'm actually going to flip the stream over to this. There you guys go. I just do not want to miss anything here. If you do super chat or donate, I do not think it's going to pop up on screen. I have it set not to do that, but let me know. I am going to put up the live view, and I will still shout you out for any super chats or donations during this stream. Super chats obviously pop up in the YouTube chat. Won't affect Twitch so much, but Nate, you shouldn't leave the bottle here. That's why you should finish off the bottle from the bottle. All right, fine. The rest of the shots I'll do from the bottle, right? Every donation or super chat, I'll do a swig off the bottle. Might as well. I'm finishing it off, right? I'm not gonna chug it, but yeah, I did warn about the strangest of my question. 2 completely different games, still the same price. Trivial Pursuit, man. Trivial Pursuit. Look at this. I'm already getting notifications like Delta, because we're flying Delta. That's the airline we're going on. They want me to do early check-in right now. E3's yelling at me to get the E3 official app, which their official app is garbage. I have it installed. It's garbage. Here, maybe I can show you guys. It probably won't show up that well with me being down in the corner, but watch it load. So, like, this is the E3 app, the official E3 app, and it's garbage. Basically, it gives you maps, right? Like, oh, let me get a map of the South Hall. It doesn't even show you everything. What I can tell you, though, there's more. I think all the places have been rented in the South Hall, though. There's Super Soul Bros, Facebook Gaming is there, National Video Game Museum, Double Fine Productions. So everything's been rented out now. Epic Games, 2K, THQ Nordic, WB. WB has a really big section, actually. It'd be interesting to see what they have there. Ubisoft, Square Enix, Capcom, Pro vs. G.I. Joe. That must be some... Oh, here we go. Starting.
Welcome to Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, I would like to provide the latest news about the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games. To begin, please take a look at this video.
So far, it looks like a lot of what we saw before. In the characters. you see the Pokemon in the wild? Pokemon look visible in the wild. Heck yeah! Pokemon are visible in the wild. Thank gosh. Heck yes. Finally. I wonder if there's a combination of random encounters for Pokemon. Yes. Plus all the new Pokemon. What are you doing, man? I too. Did I just see 4? Are there 4 trainers in this season? Fighting Geargus? What is the wrist thing? What is that? What is happening? What is that mega, ultra, giant Raichu? What is going on? What is this? What is happening right now? What is going on? What? What is happening? What? Oh, please tell me that there's going to be like actual tournaments in this game. God, does everybody use the same giant evolution? Okay. Okay. Started off slow and then really hit you.
Hello, I'm Masuda from Game Freak.
Hi, I'm Omori from Game Freak.
What did you think of the video? Today, we would like to deliver the latest news on Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield to all of you around the world, right here from Game Freak's offices where development is underway. You can take on the role of the main character, who resides in the Galar region. After choosing Grookey, Scorbunny, or Sobble as your first partner Pokemon, you will embark on an adventure to become the champion. Your journey will take you through vast and lush grasslands, towns in which you will find humans and Pokemon working together, and many other locations filled with rich personality.
I mean, visual
Pokemon battles are the most popular form of entertainment in the Galar region.
Like upscale 3DS visuals. But there's
Stadiums
just more
across
detail,
the Galar region
right?
are frequently filled with cheering
That's what it looks
crowds
like
that
to me.
have gathered to witness battles between gym leaders and challengers. The excitement of these battles is often broadcast on television in the Galar region as well. The most exciting part of visiting a new region is, of course, encountering Pokemon that you've never seen before. To tell you more about some of the Pokemon that reside in the Galar region, I'd like to hand it over to James, the art director on these games.
Hey, Jamie. Hello, I'm James Turner from Game Freak. I worked as the art director for these games. There are a lot of never-before-seen Pokemon that await you in the Galar region, but allow me to introduce you to just a few of them. The first Pokemon I'd like to show you is Wooloo.
Wooloo.
This Pokemon's defining
Doesn't that look
characteristic
like a lot?
is its
Like,
fluffy
isn't there
fur,
another Pokemon that looks
which is
really
treasured
close to
by
that?
weavers in a town in the Galar region, who use it to craft popular specialty goods. This Pokemon here is Gossifleur, the flowering Pokemon. Gossifleur favors places with clean air and water, and its pollen is said to have healing properties. This next Pokemon is called Dreadnought, the bite Pokemon. The sharp and jagged edges of its jaw allow it to bite off chunks of rock and iron. Its vicious nature makes it a difficult Pokemon to tame for all but the most experienced trainers. This Pokemon that can be seen flying steadily through the sky is called Corviknight. It puts its skills to use when working as a flying taxi, which will take the player back to any town he or she has previously visited. As many of you already know, some Pokemon can evolve, changing their appearance and becoming stronger in the process. Gossifleur is one of these Pokemon. When Gossifleur evolves, it becomes Eldegoss. As you can see, there are now small seeds scattered across its fuzzy head. These seeds are said to promote growth in plants and can revitalize both people and Pokemon. That's all I can show you this time. There are lots more Pokemon living in the Galar region for you to discover. Of course, you can look forward to finding many Pokemon you're already familiar with. I hope you're as excited as we are to encounter the amazing variety of Pokemon that inhabit the Galar region.
Meeting lots of Pokemon is one of the thrills of the adventure. And where you will find the widest variety of Pokemon out of anywhere in the Galar region is in a place called the Wild Area.
Sure.
This wild area stretches between cities and is filled with abundant nature as far as the eye can see. Different Pokemon can appear depending on where you are and what the weather is like, meaning there will be new discoveries for you each day. Some of you may already have noticed, but while adventuring through this area, you have control over the camera, allowing you to better search for items and Pokemon. Search far and wide in the tall grass, in the skies above, and even in the lakes, for you never know what you might find. In certain locations in the Galar region, a new phenomenon can be triggered that makes a Pokemon giant in size and gives it incredible strength. This phenomenon is called Dynamaxing. Dynamaxing opens up new possibilities in the heated battles performed by trainers and their Pokemon. For more details, I would like to turn it over to Iwao, the planning director for the games.
Hi, I'm Iwao from Game Freak and the planning director for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Let me tell you more about the new Dynamax feature, which will surely bring about all new strategies to Pokemon battles. Pokemon from the Galar region can Dynamax to not only become massive in size, but also boost their power. All the moves they know turn into powerful max moves. Dynamaxing can be used once per battle. However, the Pokemon will revert to normal after 3 turns. So, you need to choose wisely when to trigger it. Okay. Mastering Dynamax will be key to becoming a full-fledged Pokemon trainer in these games. Remember that wild area we told you about? If you connect to other players, you'll find more ways to play there. One of these new multiplayer features is called Max Raid Battles, in which 4 Pokemon trainers can join forces to challenge wild Dynamax Pokemon.
Does this mean there's online multiplayer?
In Max Raid Battles, the wild Dynamax Pokemon keeps its giant form for the entire battle. Not only that, it also has special powers that make it an extremely formidable opponent. Only one of these 4 players who have teamed up for the Max Raid battle will be able to Dynamax their Pokemon in each battle. So coordinating with your team will be crucial when taking on these powerful wild Pokemon. If you and your allies manage to emerge victorious, you will get a chance to capture the Pokemon in a truly dynamic catch sequence. The Pokemon that you can take on in Max Raid battles also vary depending on where you are in the wild area and the state of the weather. Among these different Pokemon are some that can only be caught after you defeat them in Max Raid battles, so we hope trainers will join forces and test their skills against a variety of Pokemon.
But is it online? That's what... Please say it's online.
Max Raid battles feature strategic, cooperative 4-player gameplay against a single Pokemon, which is a first for the main series of Pokemon games. It's going to be a ton of fun to use your Nintendo Switch system's local wireless functionality to tackle these battles with friends in person and experience the excitement together. You can also connect with other players over the internet to enjoy playing with other trainers from all around the globe.
Oh, thank you.
So I hope you'll try max
Can we
raid
play with
battles
our
with all
friends,
sorts of other players.
That's a question I have to ask. Can we play with our friends? Hey, at least you do it on mine. All right.
Next, I would like to introduce some of the people you'll encounter on your adventure. This guy is the greatest trainer in the Galar region,
I can play
and
on mine.
also the current champion.
I was
His
worried they were
name
gonna pull
is Leon.
massive Nintendo.
In a region where Pokemon battles are so widely enjoyed, his undefeated record in official matches is all the more incredible.
He's got Charizard. Of
His
course he's
popularity is only
That's Pokemon.
enhanced by his shining personality, winning him the adoration of trainers across the region. It's no exaggeration to say that he is the most prominent trainer in all of Galar. The champion has a younger brother, who also happens to be one of your rivals. His name is Hop. Hop dreams to one day become champion just like his elder brother, and he trains vigorously every day towards this goal. His journey through the Galar region begins on the same day as yours. On your journey, you and Hop will receive a great deal of support from these two characters. Professor Magnolia is the professor of the Galar region and specializes in researching the Dynamax phenomenon. Sonia is her granddaughter and also serves as her assistant. Their abundant wisdom and sound advice will surely come in handy throughout your
Hop
adventure.
all over. Oh my god.
Next, I would like to talk about the Pokemon gyms in the Galar region. You and your rival will need to take on the Pokemon gyms throughout the region in order to achieve your goal of becoming champion.
I'm hoping they were like arena tournaments.
These gym stadiums are constructed in very special locations that allow for Pokemon to be Dynamaxed. The gym leaders also have extremely powerful Dynamax Pokemon on their teams, so you will need to counter them with some of your own.
I can already see the new challenge. In
Battles
this game.
between two Dynamax
Beating the game
Pokemon
without
are
Dynamaxing.
explosive and will cause the energy
I
and
can see this
excitement in the
becoming a new
stadium to
challenge.
reach its peak.
I beat the game and I never Dynamaxed. That's
Let
gonna
me
be a
introduce
thing.
one of the gym leaders to you. This is the Grass-type expert, Milo. This gym leader is all about enjoying battles alongside his trustworthy Pokemon, and you will have to overcome his tenacious fighting style to continue
That
your journey.
face does not match that body. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Look
That
forward
face
to
does not
facing
look
many
as bad
more
as the
heated
body.
battles against gym leaders over the course of your adventure.
We've shown off quite a bit today, but I have one more video I would like
Here
you
we
to
go.
see.
One more thing.
Please take a look.
What is this? Not actual game footage. So it's just like a commercial. Legendary? Legendary reveal. Oh, it's like yeah, little legendary. Sword, shield, get it? Got it. Alright. Got it.
The two Pokemon you saw in the video just now are in fact legendary Pokemon of the Galar region, called Zacian and Zamazenta.
Zamazenta. Okay.
Look forward to discovering for yourself just what role
I wonder how
Zacian
they
and
come up with some of
Zamazenta
these
will
names.
play in the story.
I hope you enjoyed today's Pokemon Direct. Of course, what we revealed today is just a small part of what you will find in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. There are many more Pokemon and interesting characters for you to discover in the Galar region.
We're putting everything we've got here at Game Freak into making Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield a game that everyone around the world will enjoy.
Please look forward to it!
Thanks to all of our guests from Game Freak. Finally, I would like to announce the release date. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon
November
Shield
15th.
will be available
Not
on
too big of a
November
surprise.
15th, 2019.
November
as a
15th,
global
all right.
simultaneous release. And starting
that
today,
the box art?
you
That's
can
really
pre-order a
simplistic
special
box
double pack. Stay tuned for more information.
Ooh, a double pack.
I hope you will look forward to
120
a
bucks.
new Pokemon adventure in the Galar region. Thank you for watching.
That's some pretty simplistic box art, I gotta say. Look at that. That almost looks like fan art. Does it not? Does that not look like fan art? That totally... Just look at that box art and tell me that does not look like fan art. That's very interesting that they went with that style of box art. That totally looks like fan art. All right. Whew. We made it. We made it. It was a little bit longer than 15 minutes, to be honest. We made it, though. We got to the end. We got to the end of the Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct. Some takeaways from a person like me who's been out of Pokemon for a while. I loved Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I absolutely adore that game. The first thing that really stands out to me is two things. One, controlling the camera. We have it looks like almost free roam camera control, which is amazing. And two, in the wild area, the world is called, whatever. That's just what they call it, the wild area. There's actually Pokemon in the wild, which is one of the biggest carryovers I wanted from Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, is Pokemon in the wild that you can actually see. And they exist. So, that is really awesome, and I'm glad that happened. My fiance is here. This is supposed to be exciting. So that's awesome. The other thing they showed off is the obviously the Dynamax. I don't know. Dynamax, it seems kind of gimmicky to me. Some idea someone had on the drawing board. But you know what? I'm not going to knock it until I try it. I think Dynamax is an interesting concept. I like the idea of the Dynamax for the raid battles. Those look cool. And the fact you can do them online, I hope you can play with your friends. They didn't confirm you can play with friends, but I hope you can play it with people on your friends list online. That will make a huge difference, because then I can actually do raid battles with you guys during live streams, and I think that would be a hell of a lot of fun to do that. That's just a personal thing, but whatever. The world definitely seems open. I don't know that I'd go so far as to call it open world, but it's as close to open world as Pokemon has ever been. There still might be a set progression path, like maybe you can go anywhere, but you still have to beat gyms in certain orders, kind of like Ocarina of Time, right? A lot of people feel Ocarina of Time is kind of open world, but it's not really. There's sort of a path that kind of nudges you that you're supposed to take. You can kind of glitch the game and not take that path, but that's definitely the intended way to play the game. I think that's going to be the case here, where the world's open, at the same time it kind of has an intended progression path that you're supposed to take. So we'll see how that actually plays out. Hopefully it's just fully open world, but we don't know. Doing gyms out of order and this and that, it's one of those things that we'll get more information on that later, and actually play it and see how well it actually delivers on those promises. But that is some of the biggest things that I took away from it. Obviously, visuals. We already knew what the visuals were like. They're basically souped up 3DS visuals with more detail. That's what these visuals are. It's fine. I think it's fine because they're doing a lot of other new things that I feel like are worth potentially waiting on some sort of massive visual overhaul for Pokemon, right? Like a big visual overhaul for Pokemon might happen in a new generation eventually here, but it's not, when you're making this many, say, risks in terms of massive changes to Pokemon, I see being a little safe in the visual department. So people are like, oh yeah, this isn't like a complete departure from what I recognize as Pokemon. Let's see here. Is good at screwing things up, so we get excited over little things. Yeah, a free cam, right? Being excited over a free camera seems like something so dumb in 2019, and yeah, here we are being excited over it because it's something that you just don't expect from Game Freak. Let me see here. It looks good. I was just hoping to see something on small things, but I love the new Pokemon, some of the characters, the new power-up feature, Dynamax. They did a great job making new things to see while you travel around. Yeah, that too. There's a lot more detail in the world. That's one thing I took away from this is, yeah, you can knock the visuals if you want, and haters of Switch are going to knock the visuals. Oh, they're just souped up 3DS visuals. But there's just a hell of a lot more detail in this world. So it makes exploration more fun when there's just really neat things to see and look at and discover, in addition to all the different Pokemon. I love that weather affects the different types of Pokemon that might appear. So you can be in a region one day and be sunny and get certain Pokemon, and when it's raining, it's different Pokemon. If it's snowing, it's different. I like that. I like that it feels like a more organic living world, because that happens in real life too. I mean, obviously, when you're in certain areas, like, certain animals are always there. Like deer in my area are always here, whether there's snow, rain, or sun. But there are different animals that come out depending on day or night. There are different animals that come out depending on the weather, because some are hibernating and then are out during certain seasons. And it's very interesting to kind of see that dynamic come true in a Pokemon game. So I like, put it this way, there's not a lot of things I didn't like about what they showed, other than I was really hoping those arenas were something that they're not. I had a feeling the arenas were just going to be the new gyms, but I was really hoping those arenas would be representative of what we see in the animated series, where each arena is like a tournament. You can have the tournament end with facing the gym leader, I guess. I don't know. But, like, I love tournaments. Like, all the mini tournaments that happen, all the Ash Ketchum goes around. It does all the time. I was really hoping that was happening here. That is one little bit of letdown. Granted, it's my own personal hype letdown. But, hey, whatever. Everything else looks so good that how am I going to complain that something that's never really been a huge part of the series, video game series, isn't there. Like, it's okay. They're doing so much other new, unique, cool stuff to get me pretty hyped. And again, I really liked Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and the biggest thing I liked was the Pokemon in the wild. That's back. So I am beyond thrilled, because that first trailer looked like Wild Encounters. This one says, oh, Pokemon in the wild. I will take that. Yeah, obviously the Pokemon League could still have a tournament, but I see that's the thing though. In the animated series, there's tournaments all over the place. Not just the ending Pokemon League tournament. There's like tournaments everywhere where you're actually working up the rankings. And Ash is working up the rankings in that region to even qualify for the Pokemon League tournaments. But again, it's fine. The games have never been exactly like the animated series, so it's all right. Definitely looks really clean. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Good direct camera control reminds me of Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's funny when people say camera control reminds me of Breath of the Wild. I mean, a free roam camera that's like in every single modern game. Like every single modern open world game has a free roam camera. That's nothing. That's like not new to gaming. That's been around since twin sticks were around. GameCube, PlayStation 2 era. Like it's not actually new. It's just taken decades to get it in Pokemon. Granted, there hasn't been twin sticks, I guess, as a control option often in Pokemon. Let's see here. Who was the art director? James, was it? Yeah, I think it was James something. It looks like a new art director for this one. Which is probably why some of the Pokemon, I mean, what do you guys think of some of the new Pokemon designs? I guess that's something to throw out there because the art director has a lot of say in that. What do you guys think of it? They have a different art director, it looks like, this time around. And maybe it's because they heard some of the complaints on the Pokemon designs in the past. So I'm curious, what do you guys think of the new Pokemon designs? We could still get a tournament. You qualify by getting gym badges in the anime. Yes, okay, but Mark, if you got to watch more of the animated series, there are seasons in there where Ash participates in multiple tournaments in season to qualify for the Pokemon. He's not always getting gym badges. I'm just throwing that out there. He's not always getting gym badges. That Pokemon series has been going on forever, man. I've seen way too much of that damn animated series. Let's see here. I'm pretty excited now. Also, what do you mean with the anime? The 8 gyms are the requirement for a final tourney. Not in every single season of the animated series. Pokemon look more American. Well, it is an American designer. It's a North American designer. It looks like actually someone from the United States. Not a fan of the sword design. Okay. Are you talking about the Pokemon? The legendary? Are you talking about just like the logo? I feel bittersweet about the legendary. The design looks cool, but a little lazy. I mean, they're a little direct. Sword and shield. So one holds a sword in his mouth, the other one has a shield for a face. I mean, it's pretty direct, which is interesting. I kind of like the designs of the turtle. The Nightbird look cool. Not the biggest fan of legendaries. Pokemon's never really interested me. I'm more excited for Metroid Prime 4 than why you here. I mean, here in this stream, not here on the channel, obviously. Yeah, the legendary having the sword in their mouth, the body could have been the... Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. There already is a sword body Pokemon, right? Like, that already exists. That's already a thing. There's literally a Pokemon that's a sword. Like, that's not... Yeah, you could have a different design sword, but then it would feel like you're just ripping off a Pokemon you already created, right? I like the concept of a dog being a shield, but a dog handing over a sword in his mouth. Yeah, like, why did they both have to be like dogs? You know, why couldn't one be a dog and one be something else, right? I don't know. And a Pokemon that's a shield. Yeah, and yeah, I know there's a Pokemon that's a shield, but I can't remember which Pokemon that was. I remember there being one that was a shield. Gosh, I don't know why I draw a blank on the sword name too, but at least I vividly remember the look of the Pokemon that looks like a sword. The box art's awful. The box art's interesting. It's, as I said, the only knock I had on it is it looked like it was fan art. I don't mind it being simplistic. Simplistic box art is fine. But it does look like fan art. It's clearly not. It's probably an early concept drawing, right? Like, because that's what it looks like. It looks like one of those early concept drawings you would get of new Pokemon. And that's what they used for box art. They made it that. I don't know why, but that's what they did. So I do like there's a dual pack though. You know, is it going to be $100? I guess that's the big question is, will it be cheaper to buy the dual pack than to buy the games individually, or is it the same thing? Is it the same pricing? I think a lot of people are hoping that it's $100 because then you could save at least $20. But they didn't announce pricing. So I know we're all pretty confident they're going to be $60 individually. But because that's like the standard pricing for a game that's this big of a deal on Switch. But we don't know what the dual pack's going to cost. Hopefully it's a hundo. If it's not and it's $120, then I guess the benefit is it's a collector's thing, or it's more convenient to get both in the dual pack if you're planning to buy both. But we'll see. I'm probably not going to get the dual pack. I'll probably just get one. Eric will probably get the other. Basically, whatever one Eric's going to get, I'll get the opposite. So then we have the ability to get all the Pokemon between the two games. But if the double pack is cheaper, then maybe Eric and I can both go in on it, and then we can figure out who wants what copy of the game. Mark Reamer says he's going to get the dual pack. Nintendo tax double pack. Yeah. Instead of it being 120 or a hundo, it'll be 150 just because it's a collector's item. So Eric cannot play it. Okay, so here's the thing, D-Dub. Eric actually plays the games he buys. The big thing about Eric is that he... How do I put this? He is a person who works a lot. I'm talking like almost 60 hours a week, and that's not helping me out at Nintendo Prime. And then he spends like another 15 hours or so a week helping me out at Nintendo Prime. So that's like 65 hours of his week gone. Or 75 hours, whatever it is. Whatever that math was. I totally math failed there. So like his time to game is pretty limited. That being said, I've seen his playtime. He's got, over 100 hours in Breath of the Wild. That's a lot for him. He's got 50 plus hours in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. He's got 20 plus hours in Pokemon. Let's go. Like he when he buys a game, he puts time into it. He just can't game at the level that people that have more time can, because he is trying to pay off his student loans. So he's busting his butt and then trying to help me out for free on the side. So like he just doesn't have the time that he once did to game. That being said, once he's finally caught up on his student loans, then I think he'll start gaming a lot more again. And this entire trip, by the way, that E3, he's gaming nonstop. He games in the hotel room on his Switch. He games on the airplane. He games everywhere. Like if I'm driving the car, he's gaming in the car. Like he games a ton on this trip because he's free, right? He's not at work. I mean, he's helping me, but I'm the one doing all the editing and all that stuff, and he's just playing video games. It's like a vacation for him. Where does Eric work? He does have a software programming degree, but he doesn't do a ton of programming right now with the job he's at. I don't want to. I mean, it's up to him. It's his life. I'm not gonna dive into what he does for a living. Let me see. Giant Pokemon is dumb as S. Why Game Freak? I don't know. It doesn't bother me. As soon as they introduced the raid mechanic, I kind of got it. I felt like maybe the giant Pokemon came into existence because of the raid mechanic they wanted to add. By his own admission, he doesn't. He plays the games he has. His problem is finishing the games. Eric's problem is finishing the games. He doesn't complete the games he has. So like he's got all this time in all these games, but he hasn't finished them. Although I think on this E3 trip, he told me he was going to finish off Mario plus Rabbids, Breath of the Wild, and maybe one other game. Because he's really close to completing those 2 games. With Eric having so little free time, no wonder he is single. Oh, jeez. Let's not get into that. He said he ain't played Breath of the Wild. Guys, he hasn't played Breath of the Wild in a while. When he says, like, oh, I didn't play ukulele in a while. I didn't play Breath of the Wild in a while. He like almost has ukulele beaten. That's the one he's been playing lately. He literally almost has ukulele beaten. And Breath of the Wild, he's had all 4 of the main dungeons down for a while. Like, he's played the crap out of those games. He just doesn't have the time to play them all the time, right? So, as an example, it's common for him to go 2 or 3 weeks without touching a video game because he doesn't have time. But when he does play, he plays for like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours in a row. Like, he just marathons the hell out of it. That's just because that's when he has time to do it. You know, when he has time to game, he games. And heck, guys, he plays games with me. So, like, anyways, Ben Chump says, so what you're saying is Eric is an adult, not a game. It's not a loser to play games. He just has a lot of stuff going on is all. Like a lot of adults do. And it's all about where your priorities are. His priority right now is paying off student loans. So, let me see here. I don't care for the kaiju Pokemon, but again, I like the raid mechanic. Super Secret Dynamax Pokemon Godzilla. Man, I got stuck in ukulele. Didn't have enough pages to proceed. Well, that's part of the game. I mean, here's the thing. You shouldn't really play the game if you're not planning to collect all the pages because, like, it's a collect-a-thon game. The whole point of the game is collecting those pages and stuff. So, Dynamax is so bad in every single way. See, I don't think Dynamax is bad in terms of the raid aspect. I don't think it's a bad idea to like blow up the Pokemon and have like a four-person raid. I think that's fine. That doesn't bother me. How they implement it in the rest of the game, I'm gonna have to play to really judge. But I can tell you right now, there's gonna be some 0 Dynamax runs out there to try to see if the game's like significantly tougher to beat. If you don't Dynamax while all of the gym leaders and other trainers are Dynamaxing, right? Like if you never Dynamax, how difficult is it to beat the other people that are Dynamaxing? I think that's going to be an interesting difficulty challenge. Kind of like the 3-heart runs in Zelda, right? November 15th, I wonder when AC will come out. I don't think Animal Crossing is going to come out in November. I think Animal Crossing will be either end of summer or it'll be in October. A lot of it's going to depend on when Luigi's Mansion's coming. They're going to have Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon in their own months, guaranteed. So it doesn't mean there won't be other smaller games like a Daemon X Machina releasing in the same month or something. But they're not going to double stack those major games in the same month. That would be not a good way of spreading out your big sellers. So they will find individual months for each of those games. Heck, it's possible that you don't want to think this, but Animal Crossing could be in December. They could be trying to push it as a Christmas holiday game, following up Pokemon's momentum, like they did with Smash. I mean, it's not unheard of. They did it with Smash, following up Super Mario Party. They could do it with this following up. Oh, actually, they did it with Smash following up Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. What am I talking about? They literally just did that last year. So it could go Pokemon in November and then Animal Crossing in December. Yes, we do know that there's going to be Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games in December. But again, that's not a huge system seller or something. But yeah, November is going to be packed. November, usually October and November are really packed months for major game releases anyways, because everyone's trying to get their games out before Black Friday in the U.S. Luigi's Mansion is not as big as people think it is. I feel something like Astral Chain could sell better. Astral Chain's interesting. Let me look up the sales of Luigi's Mansion. Not Luigi's Mansion 3. That was the last search I did. So GameCube sales for Luigi's Mansion sit at, let's see here. So Luigi's Mansion for GameCube sold 3.6 million. Let's see what Dark Moon sold. Gosh. So the OG sold 3.6 as a launch game. And Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon sold. Come on. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon sold 5.7 million. No way in hell Astral Chain is outselling Luigi's Mansion. It went from 3.6 million to 5.7 million. There's no way in hell. The Platinum games don't sell that well. This is what sucks about Platinum. They make all these amazing games. Bayonetta, right? Amazing game. The Wonderful 101 I thought was amazing too. But their games just don't sell well. Like, they're lucky to break 2 million with their games. So no. Luigi's Mansion is, I mean, look at 5.7 million. That's like Splatoon 1 numbers right there. Like, that's really good. So they went from 3.6, they went to 5.7. Everything on Switch has been selling better. Like, every game in the series that releases on Switch ends up being the best-selling game in that franchise. So, I mean, Luigi's Mansion 3 could end up selling north of 6 million units on Switch if the trend continues of new major game in an ongoing series sells better on Switch than it's ever sold before. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey only in terms of the 3D Mario games, not Mario on the whole. Stuff like that. Sword and Shield might end up becoming the best selling in the franchise. Who knows? But yeah. So Mark, like, I understand what you're saying. I just don't think Luigi's Mansion will sell as well as people think about, like maybe 2 million. That is, wow. Luigi's Mansion's never sold 2 million. The first one almost sold 4. The second one sold almost 6. Luigi's Mansion's a bigger deal than you might realize, Mark. I don't think you understand how well Luigi's Mansion sells. It outsells Metroid. It's a bigger deal than Metroid. I'm just going to say it right now. There's only been 2 of them. But both of them have better average of sales than the Metroid series does. Don't be surprised if Luigi's Mansion 3 actually outsells Metroid Prime 4. Because the Metroid Prime game has never sold 6 million. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon sold 5.7. Well, the best-selling Metroid game of all time was Metroid Prime, and it sold 4 million. So Luigi's Mansion's actually a better seller than Metroid. Just to put some perspective on it. It has in the past. The Super Saiyan Retro Boy, bro, thank you for following over on Twitch. It has in the past, but I don't think the Switch audience is that excited for Luigi's Mansion. Well, there's only one way we can determine the excitement for Luigi's Mansion right now, right? Only one way to effectively to see the excitement for it, right? You have to go to the Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer and see how many views it has, because that's the only real effective way we have of seeing the interest level, right? So Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer, just the official trailer. The official trailer has 1.7 million views. Okay. Now you could say, oh, that's kind of low, right? Wouldn't that support your theory? Well, let's just kind of look at Nintendo's channel. and glance at what some other games that we do have some sales data for and what some of their trailers have. Not something like Breath of the Wild. Obviously, we're not talking about this thing selling Breath of the Wild numbers. Let's see here. Just scrolling down. It's going to be a while. Actually, what's a good trailer to look up? Maybe, what about Kirby's trailer? Kirby's, what was the Kirby game called? I'm already forgetting. I'll just do Kirby Switch trailer, I guess. Okay, so the Kirby Switch trailer back at E3 2017. Now, granted, E3 trailers, that's a little bit of an unfair comparison because this was unveiled. I'm trying. What's another game that was unveiled? I mean, Animal Crossing, I guess. If you could look at the Animal Crossing Switch trailer, it's not really a trailer though. Did Nintendo even upload that on its own? Let me see here. I'm not even sure if did they upload it on its own. Nintendo. Yeah. Here's the thing. So Animal Crossing, you know, the 2019 reveal, that only has 902,000 views. So does that mean Animal Crossing is going to sell like garbage on Switch? No. There just was no gameplay in that one. So yeah, I don't think Kirby Star Allies. Yeah. But that was the E3 trailer. E3 trailers always get more views, so it's hard to compare E3 because that had 3.8 million, but that's E3. I'm trying to think of another major game Nintendo revealed outside of E3. It's funny when you say Animal Crossing isn't compared to Luigi's Mansion when Animal Crossing's trailer didn't even crack 1 million, and Luigi's Mansion 3 is almost at 2. And they were basically unveiled at the same time. Interesting when you say that. That's not comparable. Dark Souls is not a Nintendo game, so that's not. I don't know. That's a good. But I guess we can look at what the Dark Souls remastered Switch trailer got here. Let me see. Not a good comparison because Dark Souls doesn't sell as well as Luigi's Mansion, but Dark Souls remastered Switch trailer. Not the launch trailer. The launch trailer has like nothing. So the announcement trailer for Dark Souls Remastered only has 238,000 views. Nothing. Luigi's Mansion crushes. Luigi's Mansion 3 absolutely destroys Dark Souls Remastered. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna go to Nintendo's channel. I'm gonna go to videos. I'm actually gonna sort it by most viewed. Oh, well, it'll let me. By most popular here. See where Luigi's Mansion ranks. Obviously, you know, all their Nintendo Directs and Odyssey and Zelda stuff is going to be at the top. Marvel's Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Man, 12 million. 12 million views on that Kingdom Battle reveal. It's crazy. Granted, I know it was promoted by 2 major companies, but Luigi's Mansion, getting here, scrolling down, is... Because it's at 1.7. We're almost to the 1.7s. I mean, Luigi's... Here, I'll put it this way. Luigi's Mansion has just as many views as Fire Emblem Three Houses does. Like, they literally have the same amount of views. And do you think Fire Emblem's not going to outsell Astral Chain? They have the same amount of views. Let's see here. It's got the same amount of views as the official Bayonetta 3 trailer, too. It's got the same amount of views as Color Splash. I don't know that actually does it any favors to have the same amount of views as Color Splash. It is in their top. It does make their list of their top viewed videos, though. It's in the same view category as Mario Party Star Rush, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Tomodachi Life. Let's see here. Some of the stuff's like Nintendo Directs. Yoshi's Crafted World. It's in the same vein as that. Some of the Odyssey stuff, but there's some Odyssey trailers that have like 40 million, so that's not really fair. Hyrule Warriors. It's got a good comparison to Hyrule Warriors. I'm just kind of glancing here. Mario Kart 7. It's got kind of the viewership of Mario Kart 7 trailer. A lot of treehouse stuff. And there's so many treehouse. It's in the same viewership as the reveal trailer for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It's actually, and that was the E3 trailer. So Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon has just over 2 million, like 2.1 million views. And that was the E3 reveal trailer. This is a non-E3 reveal trailer, and it has almost 2 million. So, yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, my kids are crying. All right, I got to go. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in my vlog tomorrow. Bye.